I can sit and give you a lot of Dubai-based companies that are resisting moving to the cloud.
Companies are resisting, not the government or the system.
Government entities.
Government entities, because they have their own cloud. So they're your competition, basically. Well, the government entities, yeah, they have their own cloud system, but I think we are going through this phase of maturity, of accepting, giving the government information to third parties. There's still some kind of, I think, in our head, the concern that I don't want to share the information. Now with the what you call it, the blockchain technology coming in, slowly you will see that it's going to be let go.
Thank you.
Good evening, Your Excellency. You just discussed about Vision 2020 and 2021. Is there any charter available which one can pick up and read through? Because we've been looking at the information. It is there, but it is only available to the senior people like you when we attend these kind of forums. But if you want to pick up a charter and read through it, which you can share with your colleagues and the teams, it's difficult to find one. Where can you help me or point me in that direction, please?
It should be with the Ministry of Economy. They should have it.
Well, we checked their websites and nothing much is available there.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, hi, Your Excellency. My name is Willem. I'm with the Netherlands Business Council. I'm one of the few non-Indians here. I have a question with regard to your vision. I come from a country where companies are being punished for their success with the use of corporate income taxes. So my question to you, with regards to the Vision 21, and you also put it out that you would like to have services being exported, which I think is a very wise decision. How is these kinds of international common standards with regards to taxing in your vision here at Dubai? So my question, will Dubai stay an attractive place for companies at a zero tax rate, or is that something which might change in the vision?
Well, I'm not in a position right now to say it's going to change or not, but the norm tells you that as governments and the countries grow, the need for services also grows. And the government needs to find sources of income as well. As long as the government has enough sources of income, we don't see. But when the time comes that the pressure is there, I think it's something inevitable that will happen. So when, I don't know. And whether it's going to happen here or not in next 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, I don't know that. But common sense tells you, as the government grows, you need to have some kind of income source, right?
I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Ramadan Karim.
Where are we?
This side, on your left.
On my left.
Hi.
Wow, okay.
I'm Casey from Malaysia Business Council. Ramadan Karim again. I'm just curious. Just now you mentioned within the 7 Emirates, if let's say for investor, if they come in to UAE, within the 7 Emirates, there are strengths that we can tap on, especially I think in the view from the Economic and Trade Ministry. If for specifically Fujairah, what would be your number one thing?
For Fujairah?
Sir.
You need to ask Fujairah for that. Because they will be within that 7 categories. And I know they are very strong in bunkering today and tank farming. They're very strong in that. But we have given them those 7 categories. They're aware of it. And they will be deciding what are the sectors that they're going to be focusing on out of the 7 sectors.
I did?
Excuse me?
Have they decided when you...
You need to check with them. Because I'm not going to be supporting them abroad if they're not within that 7 sector as foreign ministry. So they are on their own. If they go after textile, it's their call, and I will not interfere in their business, but I'm not going to support them as foreign ministry. As government's target are these 7 sectors, they will have to decide how they're going to move into these sectors now. So we never force anything on anybody. We have our strategy as a federal government, which has been approved by all the rulers of 7 Emirates. And that's how it's been rolled out. So it's up to the free zones and the Emirates themselves or economic development departments how would they fit themselves into this 2021 vision? Clear?
There'll be just one last
last
question.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
My name is Aftab Hassan, and we have been interacting before, sir, before even you have taken on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, so that's what it is. I have gone through the Vision 2020, and I have seen the journey of Dubai, where even specifically I'm talking about UAE even, during this 27 years of the stay in UAE. It's remarkable. The first thing which I have to say that all the Emirates, apart from, like we say, the capital is Abu Dhabi, but commercial capital has done a great job, and everybody is follow pursuit of Dubai. Very important sector, which I believe, if we are talking about those 7 sectors, one of the sector which is very important is the insurance area. To ensure your investment in any country, whether it be sovereign or whether it be SME or corporate or anyone. I represent Insurance Business Group as Secretary General. I wanted to ask that, is there any sort of legislation or is there any sort of charter which you can, because I was going through all the details that, there has been a lot of changes last 2 years on the legislation. Let's say be medical insurance, which was provided, even visitors has to be. But what about the investment, which you are attracting them here? Is there any sort of mandatory insurance we are talking about to protect those investment on both side flow we are talking about? So this is something which is not mentioned nowhere, which even we have not forced even the insurance company like the medical which you have done, remarkable. UAE is like Dubai, Abu Dhabi, others probably Sharjah and others will start, what I'm hearing that maybe tomorrow, from next year so onwards. So is there something clear on the investment side that, yes, it has to be a minimum threshold that everyone has to take it? Thank you, sir. If you can give a little bit.
You mean a minimum amount of your investment that you need to insure?
Yes. The investment
As a
which
business.
because what happened is, let's put it in perspective now. Many of the banks, they stop lending, you know that, in the market. And the reason we also know. Okay. Now those banks today, if we talk about what sort of shield they have, apart from retail's credit shield and all, but not for corporate. And there have been an exit from the relationship. And that sort of investment, and there are, in the world, there are many sort of products which are available to protect the corporate and SMEs. And we can talk about on those. The reason it is because I have always been, because if in 92, when on the steering committee, I was with Dubai, steering committee, those days I'm talking about, when we started thinking about Dubai in 92 itself, when Dubai, thought of like coming global village, and then we talk about all those things. So it's good, remarkable, but we never thought of insurance, that I thought of to bring it to your notice. Thank you.
Unfortunately, I don't have an answer because I don't know about it.
Right.
I'm sorry about this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good night.
Thank you, His Excellency, for an absolutely insightful talk on Dubai Expo 2020 and Vision 2021. Indeed, we are blessed to be in this visionary nation. And I'd like to welcome our Treasurer, Mr. Janak Panjwani, to come and give the closing remarks.
Respected dignitaries, distinguished guests, fellow members of IBPC, a very good evening. Ramadan Karim to one and all. As it is rightly said, only those who can see the invisible can do the impossible. This holds true for these highly respectable and ambitious rulers of UAE. The nation has come long way from its humble beginning, and mainly due to the visionary leaders of all the Emirates. And like we heard from today's chief guest, the future looks bright and promising, and happiness of people is also being ensured. We also express our gratitude to His Excellency Mohammad Saraf for accepting our invitation and giving us wonderful insight about Expo 2020 and sharing with us detail of the vision that the far-sighted rurals of this nation have for the development of the country. He also enlightened us with the 7 sectors of success and 6 focused areas being looked into by the UAE government. In addition, we would also like to thank Excellency Vipulji, Council General, for their continuous support, and we also take this opportunity to thank all the dignitaries for gracing this occasion with their esteemed presence. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our platinum sponsors, Bank of Baroda, IFCO Group of Companies, Nikai Group, Task Outsourcing, NMC Healthcare, UAE Exchange, as well as our media partner, Gulf News, for their constant support. I also take this opportunity to thank our fellow members for their presence and participation in the event, and the hotel management for their fantastic arrangements. I now request His Excellency Mohammad Saraf to step onto the stage, and I also request our President Bindu Chatur to present a memento to His Excellency as a token of our appreciation. And ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful evening ahead and enjoy the dinner. May I please call upon the administrative board member for a group photograph.